We get the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Musa Kpaka, and members say after the June 2023 election, President Bio been picked Dr. Kpaka for being the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. Well, for Kano, waiting are some of the things that we don't happen at the ministry in terms of development. Make we get an inside program this morning. Once more, good morning and welcome to Radio Democracy, Mr. Minister.
Morning, Usman, and morning, Fambudem.
All right. As I say, after the 2023 election, President Bio been picked you for be the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. Take with you waiting so far don't they happen since you take up office?
Thank you for that question, Usman. Latel Fambudem morning again, and happy Easter. And I'm glad you wanna get me for the first edition for this month for Good Morning Salone. And on our fast, let God bless on our fast still. Plenty don't happen since, but I want to start more recently, which we don't do. Of course, we don't launch, where the president appoints, we the first thing we'll do now for we don't plan properly. We don't plan, we come up with a good plan, document, with Feed Salone strategy. You will get on feedsalone.gov.sl, it did it. The long and short version did it. We lay out clearly what we want to do, the objectives and what we get, the strategies that we'll get, the mechanism through which we want to deliver that. In addition to that, the waiting back we do is we move Boku, forget our money, for start for do this work we don't put na the plan. So we launched the Food Systems Resilience Project, when a $135 million project, when a World Bank they support we. We launch another program for provide grant, matching grant finance for women and youth within the grow rest, the post harvest part of the rest value chain, and plenty other things them we don't do. But more recently, what we do, and we can't talk about this, is we launch a $20 million credit facility, 10 million come more from Bank of Sierra Leone. That 10 million there, you take them as credit. Now, any of the commercial banks, 10% interest rate. Where if you go now any other commercial bank for any other scheme, you look at 30 to 33% interest. The other part, per the 20 million that the EU provide them, 7 million they go for credit in back, and then 3 million they go for insurance, crop insurance. This is now the first thing at Salone where they get crop insurance for farmer them. Crop insurance now where farmer them go don't do all things at their own power. Sometimes rain comes, sometimes rain not comes, sometimes then pest them bug, then disturb them crop, then loss them. We don't provide insurance. As long as they pay in, they go good, then get paid out for the value of what then cultivate, so that we go encourage them for do this again. We also just recently launched the first state-of-the-art cashew factory for women in Waterloo. This again, now the EU support we through the BAFS program. This na facility where they do plenty things. Obviously, Feed Salone not to rest no more. People then can say Feed Salone won't rest no more. No, Feed Salone get bokutin and cashew. Now one of them things where we do them particularly for provide income for people that they do them, for provide employment for youth and women. And so this factory they will get for provide now an anchor for them women and even youth man waiting at the western area, rural, and the general environment for bringing them cashew then for process. I don't know if you know how then they process cashew, but now walkway, now woman them primarily they panam, and it's very hazardous. Then they put on pan, they smoke, then they I watch how then they do them. So this now don't change all that for woman them.
Okay, Mr. Minister, before we can talk about them different projects here, we don't start to talk about, we talk about this, the Feed Salone strategic planning, say the Feed Salone are government in flagship program. So what's not it's inside this strategic plan in implementing this Feed Salone project?
Okay, thank you again for the opportunity for tell family what you get at the Feed Salone plan. The Feed Salone plan very easy. The objective now, one, for reduce importation for then main staple thing that what they eat. So rice, yabas, egg and chicken, and then for boost export, because we want export earnings. So we dey focus on cashew, cocoa, and coffee. We also want to create jobs for youth man them plenty. So now make them factory the all the open way tied to the program. Of course, if you don't watch WFP then reports and go tell you say Salone, maybe 51% of people that food insecure. The Feed Salone program, a strategy, now for try for an objective, now for try for reduce food insecurity as well as malnutrition for women and picking them. That are the objective them. Then we set pillar them. How we get for do this? We get a pillar where they do it mechanization and irrigation. Yeah, now we want to expand the rate of mechanization of the country and build critical infrastructure for agriculture production, then our irrigation. We get something around seed systems. We know say if we not get better seeds them of all the crops them we will want to do, we not going to succeed. So I don't know if I remember we've been get a 3-day summit and I have for seed business as Salone. All the experts then come from Africa for can help we for seed for rice, cassava, maize, and soya. We key by the thing that we want to do. Then we get another pillar with on agriculture finance. Yeah, and we decide say we know say government get money, but the kind thing they all want to do, the speed we want to do them, we no more not go able to do them. So we set money so that private sector we go prime the space, then self can add their own money. So we'll go at speed and at scale. We also get a whole strategy for women and youth when I for just empower them, provide incentive for letting themselves engage in agriculture. And finally, we get a strategy on ag tech and climate finance. Climate smart agriculture, where we want to use technology for help farmer and how for mitigate the climate change they now way we don't know when rain they come plenty all anything in there. So we want to teach farmers. So now all that they inside the Feed Salone program, both the objectives them and then pillar them we know how we want to do them. And we decide say private sector very key for all of this. We talk say the difference between previous, not to President Bio, one don't can talk say for Feed Salone. But the difference in own plan where you don't put forward now that it put private sector as a key part of and that's number one. And a key difference. Say private sector will be a key player. Number two, it talks say the infrastructure way for drive agriculture growth for be a key part of one. So I can tell people and say, to Minister of Agriculture where the plants rest no more, and they make road back, and they make bridge back. So inside the strategy, we identify 6 hub them. We now for rest production and other crops and where they own hub them they. Inside them hub them the road them where they link. So for example, from Koribondo to Tomabum, from Kichum to Samu na Kambia Yanda. That road in a mile 91 to Yile Yanda. Then road and then a road then we will make. If we don't make them, we're not going to succeed by the Feed Salone program. So all landed inside our program because we believe saying that we need for do for make sure say we succeed finally for feed we serve in this country.
So with all this we don't talk, put one in the long-term and short-term plan because we'll talk about government flagship program, we'll be seeing President Bio been doing the campaign, the free quality education. So one at the short-term and the long-term plan then?
Well, the Feed Salone strategy in our 5 years strategy, the goal that we don't set there, now within this 5-year term, we believe say we will meet plenty of them. So if you take for reduced importation of rice, we believe say by 2028 we don't go far or make them very, very minimal. The target will set ourselves now. If we don't make all them road here, if we don't pass all them policy here, we will make sure say you go see say by that 10 day we will begin for the reduced importation by 20% every year. And if we continue at that pace, then by 2028 we'll be able succeed. Same way back for for reduced importation of chicken and eggs. Dandeyo and Yabas are very bullish on Dande because I don't work out. I don't see the potential. I don't see the momentum with Dande. So very soon in the next 2 to 3 years, for say would they import plenty yabas now or egg or chicken, go be thing of the past. So then in an immediate thing that will say if we don't pass policy and when I remind me later about the policy then back don't pass since will come. If we don't do all anything in the that in a short term quick win goal then we'll get because of the momentum where the sector get.
All right. When you start for talk, you mentioned about the Tomabum rice, and we are saying, some time back the government been started that project. For the benefit of listeners, how far with the Tomabum rice project?
I know say when I like Tomabum, as I talk the name, I know say when I because Fambuden they ask.
Yeah.
So when I listen to Fambuden, so when I talk, la try me, la explain about the Tomabum rice project again. This Tomabum rice, let's just put it into small context. Now, $35 million project will be go launch in Tomabum with a big part of an for start irrigation. Because of the way donor money they come or when they come, it delayed that money they for let the money come for low start irrigation or come. But I get good news. This past month, we don't sign the contract for start the irrigation. 3,000 hectares. Now that have been that big project will been go launch. Now really this then be the core of them. Now waiting we don't do now is strategy inside the Feed Salone program. We don't talk say well as if we do that 3,000 irrigation day, we know say in fact not enough. So don't put another plan in place and I go talk about that day for even do maybe 30,000. But if we do that 30,000, we will make that road back. I make why they talk about Tomabum and then they left the road with the goodie. Right? So now really now that's Fambude, now that now the Tomabum project. $35 million way in the grand scheme of things, that's more money. Now I make the plan what we don't put together. Now for go get $800 million for put 30,000 hectare irrigation now that place there. If you go na Tomabum, if you go na Bondapi, you know say yes. If we do that irrigation there and make that road there, we'll be able to produce most of the rest now what this country need. So the good news on Tomabum, the irrigation they start. We even make a small 35-kilometer road. We start with 3,000. Then they start this year. So in fact, if the last time the contractor we don't get the contract for doing, they don't start for mobilize for start the irrigation with it. Now if we make the irrigation, we'll also start and they wanna go begin to see the rest.
All right. So from when I start the Tomabum project up till now, any great impact don't do with these projects don't create in the life of Salone people in terms of rice production? Well,
look, whilst we wait for the irrigation, the project every year then they do small. Then the last 2 years ago then do 1,000 hectare for farmer them. Both na Tomabum as well as Samu. By the way, the projects na Islamic Development Bank and Badia they fund them. And support both na Tomabum and Samu. So for the past 3 years, the project starts really be supposed to then sign in 2021 and all kick then COVID come we delay. We make all them plan what they talk about so not kicking. Now only this year I they tell you so this month now we don't sign the contract for do the irrigation, the 3,000 hectare irrigation. In between that 10 and that half of emergency support within the plow for farmer then, give them seed for do rest. They don't build, they store them. If you go there, they don't build plenty, store them. They don't bring rest meal within the setup in anticipation. Say, don't do the irrigation, the mill, then go there for mill the rest. So all that thing they need they right now in place. But the big part, we make people not see it really now. This irrigation will not be done carry it. We now it don't start where they don't sign contract for where the contractor don't mobilize not Tomabum day.
All right. So for the benefit of listeners, waiting on irrigation. Irrigation away. Say we right now, some side and day or most side of the country, with the wait let rain come for let we plant rest. Irrigation na engineering waiting they do for control water. So say if you go na Tomabum, you see river river sewa. So when they take water, we make canals them, we pump the water come inside the canals them. Then what we need them, we release them. We don't need them, we lock them. So that 10 day dry season self, we already know we go put water inside the canal and plant rest. So we go to plant rest 110 or 210. It's an important question because if we the plant rest and we do rest back by irrigation, you go able to control plenty thing there, right? So you pest management, the types of the amount of water where they go there, the fertilizer where they get, and so we they expect back the yield then go up.
Right now, we rest yield they range anywhere from 1.5 to 1.9 metric tons per hectare. Now, small land, most countries they do now 8, 9, 10, right? So if we do irrigation, we believe we'll begin hit them 4, 5 market. And if we do 4, 5, 2 or 3 10 per year, we don't knock 8, 12 tons per hectare. Then a boku rest, especially if the area where they do plenty. So now that make that irrigation what they talk about very important.
All right, quickly before we go for a break, as of now, almost, in terms of quantity of money, we Salone the import
rest. Well over 200,000. Where I start this work, we need to do the statistics properly, but well over 200,000 US, 200 million. I'm sorry, 200 million US dollars. Over every year. In fact, I do some analysis just on the money. This now that 200 million and plus. Now one way all man yourself they spend for that money they because then they buy rest if you buy imported rest. But one way now where government they take feed schools, take feed military, take feed correctional service, all and they do for the past from 2019 to 2023 beginning, that'll be $150 million. When government they pull and in pocket pay. So now make we pass policy just before we go. The two policies that we don't pass, very key for this, for the success of this now. For say this year where they start. Schools, military, correctional service, hospitals, remand homes, all the institutions where government they buy rest and feed this year 20% of that rest date now local rest. We don't begin implement that policy there. They work with finance. We don't meet with the MD that were involved. They don't decide say something and say we'll pull the money source. We find the people that will produce the rest and give them. If we do that, we don't create market for them where they already grow rest now the space. So very, very, very important for we. We also, the second policy, since I did on policy, we also pass another policy where all the rice importer them. We don't tell them say, them for participate inside this 2024, inside the rice value chain. Participation will left and open. If you want, you go grow rice. If you want, you go gather rice, package and sell and bag and local rice. If you want, you go mill rice. Any of them thing in there. But they need for do them and we go count the quantity, the metric tons we they do in exchange for the license. They all agree, so then they make different arrangements now. So then they sign MOU with we and we do on the process so make sure say this year then self they participate. If we do that thing in there and then we get irrigation and then we boost production, we believe say we'll make plenty progress even this first full season. Planting season for the feed Salone implementation.
Mr. Minister, we see of relate. Musa the president been travel go Dubai and China, and you know be key player and the president in travel and in society may make different. We will meet with different investors. They will talk about for come invest in the agricultural sector, for SECA, for help government for push the feed Salone program. So for listeners, them take we through. Let me start first the trip where the president will make now Dubai. The society will make commitment for support the feed Salone program.
Well, you mean China?
China.
Yes, China. Yes, I've been part of the president, His Excellency President Bill in delegation where go China. I've been in a state visits now where another leader, another country they accord respect to a colleague. Say come visit, there we share ideas and talk, and so that President Bill do. And whilst we've been there, then we set up a lot of engagements with private sector day because we want for the main part of as part of that visit today. Yes, it's important for the courtesies and the diplomacy, but also economically and business interests now be a key part of all of that. So we go engage. I think when I don't hear plenty now where people don't talk about but that trip they Rob Mott by the agriculture part by the trip. Most of the trip the two leaders then we engage on agriculture. President Xi Jinping explained to we president about how intake agriculture from all the in country from where them been there not too long ago, 50 years, take agriculture from developed country. And it we say the plans that we don't put in place and we too want to do concur with a lot of the ideas for bring private sector for building infrastructure. So now make good news. We engage, I engage Agricultural Academy of Sciences. We themselves they do plenty research, build good varieties for can partner with Winaya. sign an MOU with my colleague, Minister of Agriculture and Rural Affairs of the People's Republic of China. The idea and the back now for make sure say we lay the framework for both government for can engage with you on mechanization, on research, and training and knowledge transfer. So based on that framework, the whole is that MOU we don't engage plenty private sector that we want for come produce seeds now and make it available to farmer them. We want for can set up mechanization service center for make sure say we rate of mechanization at this country go up. Some one for can help we then say one for can do irrigation. Some one for can do cassava. So all them follow up, then they go on since we don't come back. We Chinese people they express strong interest in the agriculture sector, not only palm but plenty other crops them and plenty segments of the value chain.
And then different area we talk as a student investor, the one can invest in the MOU signed with the Minister of Agriculture in China. The Salone get the land we prepare for letting come as soon as they encourage the private sector for invest in agriculture. We get the land, we get the facility, the thing every day for see when they come, then be able for as we don't go present so they wouldn't come then see them back home.
This is a good question. One of the yes, Salone get plenty of the thing there. I think a lot of them waiting and they ask for. Then they ask for when I get the land where if we come, we use them at peace and make we investment. And when I get the policy where if we make we investment, it will be profitable, right? And then two things and they will get them with the work. Some then they in complete form. Others the easy way people come. Now agriculture now we get the most favorable policy environments for investors where they come. Some side and we with the work right now with the Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Justice, as well as the Minister of Local Government and the Paramount Chief them for identify side them where we don't call land for agriculture, right? So then hope them we don't make we put aside land where investor can say yeah, we'll go talk to 200 or 50 landholding family with the government. We go represent, we make this arrangement so that the landholding family will get confidence in the government for representing their interest so that then big investment they will candy because we candy the young people then back there for the day before, right? And the investment will happen, then we'll get job, we will see the goals and we'll get for feed reserve, for reduce importation, for export. Now only through them big investment here, that they mean I say what we say we private sector by President Bill plan a big now true now than they mean whether not local or international big investor then so we do everything possible for make the land where they want for can work that will make it available with the part that work they not do it on some paramount chief they already identify the land they don't give we formalize them but we engage more of them and make sure so bring a kind of cabinet for finalize them but then a big step for low give people them plenty confidence say where they can add and do business then grow them crops then go enjoy the land and then profit from them.
All right, you just say paramount chief them don't identify some land them way when I get for go to a cabinet so that when I go able put them in proper structure for me listeners then they know some of the land there. Update listeners who sign a specific land there
plenty
government don't
across
identify
across the country plenty land and they I know of name specific side but we get hub na Mambolo and Samu land and did it. We paramount we don't say yeah, una can't work, una bring investor no more. The Tomabum area, that whole stretch, we about 51,000 hectares. On the other side of the same river back, both Nabum Chiefdom and Tihun side of it, we go Bundapi back, a whole stretch 40,000 hectares. All land the people don't tell we say yeah, una come. The land back way na that mile 91 they go them bully land and the paramount chief I just did with last week. He said I say yeah, una can do rest una bring investor then they you go na my broker yonder back land and they where they don't get and say yeah una so plenty side there. We just need to make sure say we identify them, map them, gazette them and make sure say then they we people investor then come then go use them.
Okay, Mr. Minister, so you don't talk about the difference in for let them see how work we need policy and all. So waiting at the different policy then where the ministry don't put for sake of the agriculture process and say for implement the feed salon project.
Thank you. I be don't talk about two. We're very important for the rice value chain. This one I talk say starting this year, the rest we government they buy for feed, the military, the police, the hospitals, remand homes for say dandy, for be 20% of dandy for be localized. And 20% not small. As police normal, they tell me say 5,000 bag rice and they eat per month. The military, maybe smaller, correctional service center more. Now take 20% of all land, right? You put some by the year, and then plenty restaurants, plenty markets will don't make. So that's the very, very key, and a very important policy. The second one, I talk about the rice importer that we don't engage them extensively, and we then agree with pass this policy say, then self, they're not going to bring rest inside no more Salone, but then self the rest will they grow now, then go participate. Either then go grow them, or then go help process them, then go help bag them, then go help brand them. Plenty don't agree, and then they come to me. Right, and we don't set up this credit facility. We now another modality we want for support them for say, look, if somebody wants to set up a rice mill, this 10 million what I talk about, I don't know if we can talk about that. If you want to set up a rice mill, now for you this credit facility because you go able to take up to $1 million at 10% interest rate with the maturity period now 24 months. To any of their rice importers, we encourage them for letting them can work with you, right? So that's plenty a good policy. The other policy we work on yesterday, I see this. I've been at the Moyamba chiefdom, Moyamba district. One chiefdom, the Senel Kamaje chiefdom, Yoniton. They pass the militia, then just don't plow for ready for do the rest, and then the cow then, and they all over the place. So the people then, some investor we don't set up, we don't build. They want to do a tomato canning factory. I go to the place. They don't set up the factory or a plant pineapple. Show me how the cow don't eat all things. You can see, you go see. So now another policy we work on. We don't draft the document. We don't work with all the relevant partners. We bring kind of cabinet to make sure say the livestock people there and the crop people there. Then say go work side by side because now a big issue down there where if people then can't make the investment. Another Egyptian guy they said they do sesame at the same area. Instead, they struggle because the cow then did it. So we need to solve that quickly because livestock now an important part of the Feed Salone program. So back so now the crop there. So we need to make sure we solve that. And we go for after we don't pilot or do this insurance thing, we go for pass a policy around insurance and farmer insurance, how they do on board. They get this first pilot experience first, how they did. Then maybe we'll go package them with now an ag finance policy. And all land if we do want to say the main levers we government want for pool for prime display so that private sector go kind side go be ready for let Feed Salone really take off properly.
And we don't talk about the different policies, they don't talk about the implementation process as we talk about the plenty couple government is spend for importers, for them different facilities, also government can suppliers. So how now don't they do them because according to you don't should talk about how the military themselves they try for plant yes, the police, the correctional center, and other one them. How now get for do them when come by implementation?
So this example what I don't use and what you don't mention, very early on the military then be done they produce rest. In fact, I go at the same Moyamba, just another side, and they grow rest there. I go harvest the rest in October last year. Then we don't use for do this. Then just because now Feed Salone now, then just want for expand them, and we encourage them. Even though then this policy therefore affects them, but we want to let them produce their own rest. So what we then go do now, the 20% we next year we will go pull for let them not buy imported restaurants, and I will go give them for let them grow their own rest and meet that quota. And one way they do them. The other thing what I don't do, for example, boarding schools them back now, and I place them back where government buy rest for supply them. This year we don't all boarding schools, government boarding schools and government assisted boarding schools. I'll get a list of them. About 20 or 30 of them. We don't talk say 50 hectares when I grow rest low SIBA. How much when I produce? Based on what you either if when I get land when I do and or when I get farmer when I the contract for doing for owner. Based on that the next year, the rest we government they buy with the cut them. Now that one wanna produce 9 for the local rest 9 go feed down there and then with the double on the year after. So plenty strategy they what they do. We get NGO that what they work through. We get projects and where they give money to smallholder farmers. And this irrigation what they talk about we get for done. we get for engage private sector, we go sit down, run and for organize the farmer them, right? The irrigation, if you do 30,000 hectare, you get for organize farmer them for say, okay, shapes on side, you farmer, you 5 hectare, and you on side this, with the give seed and fertilizer, where you grow the rest, you can give you some because of the effort where government don't put, that you have to take the balance, right? So then kind of modality there. And of course, any private sector where one come for set up their own business, how they want to do it, they can do them, and then go decide how they want to do it under with laws, pay tax, and it benefits people then. So plenty strategy then they.
Okay, and the minister, recently we see government don't launch the planting season when I be March 15 and for make this planting season start. So take me through how important this planting season day to the agriculture sector.
Thank you for that question. Where I first become Minister of Agriculture, or even before I start to be working at the ministry, they complain always now agriculture na season, now by time, and the agriculture they always miss the season and they always miss the time. So the first thing what I say to myself now, under me as a Minister of Agriculture, we not go miss the season, we go start on time. And so this not been a campaign where I don't start, and we're going to continue. This campaign for remind the people and say this is not the first full planting season, especially for rest, the main planting season for rest under the Fertilizer implementation. It's very important for low get this season. You're very right. Important for low start time. Important for let this year. Let we show, say, with the resources that we'll get, even though all the things that we'll put in place, we not put all it, we still lay on them, but for say this year, if we count. So now my message down there I take to farmer them, the service provider them for say this year we get for them at the field for see when they start and for signify down there to them and for tell them say this year very important for if we get them wrong, the feet along will go sideways. But if we get them right, if we get them really right, then we will build momentum and we'll get more resources, we'll get more partners who will come for January. So now make we day on this campaign. And so this campaign we don't go to all the main hubs and what I don't identify. We don't go Tomabum. We don't go that Tiun area. We don't go Bundapi. We don't go Seneon and Moyamba. We don't go Mile 91. We don't go Mambolo. So plenty, and we're not doing it. We go for catch now for begin for go to the inland valley swamp them. This is not just the plowing, At the start for count now from a monitoring the acreage they put under cultivation. Where we begin to put the seed them at the ground, where you get for start late April, early May. At the end we actually calculate now how much area we don't cultivate. We through the projects them, we engage the NGO them back for that and tell you the same thing. And then obviously the smallholder farmer them they're not to mechanize, most of them not to mechanize where they do them. But then say for they engage them, so we know really this year how much we don't cultivate, and then we'll go for follow the process. Say we harvest back. So it's very important for we get this season right. Like campaign we don't start, we'll go for the continue as a pattern for encourage farmer them for really take this seriously and for be on time.
All right. So for this planting season, is it now less normal or we get to see the other, components like yabas, and other things there?
Oh, we get to see all in this planting season. Yabas, in fact, yabas, Sunday they harvest now. I go lungi, I go harvest, I go talk about that. So Sunday they harvest, but other people they plan for cultivate. Cassava day. We get cocoa. We get to do 5,000, 6,000 hectares of cocoa this season. We get orange flesh sweet potato. We get cashew. We put in the plant. So all the key value chain, we support a lot of work around maize and soya for provide feed for the chicken and eggs. And then very soon, by God power, if everything goes well, we'll get for open with the first hatchery that this country. We right now, if you want to bring small chicken, you import them. We go for the produce land in here. So all land day for move. Obviously, we talk about rest plenty because now the main key thing and they will move as government will focus on. But plenty other thing in there where we can give now the numbers them of how much they cultivate and whether they do them and who side.
All right. When President Biobin take office inside 2018, he set up the Commission of Inquiry, and one of the key thing that will come up during that process, now how people misuse the fertilizer, where they may get to farmer them the actual farmer the way for benefit, not the benefit, and the audit report mentioned the same. So how now they come about for distribute fertilizer to the right farmer then?
This is now a good question. One of first of all, I'll just take you back. Right now, as it stands, the Ministry of Agriculture, government money, when they buy fertilizer numbers, so give straight to farmer. What will they do? We don't when we able policy shift. We decide say we give farmer voucher them, then go find the agro dealer, then we get them fertilizer here for let them buy from them, and then government go pay now based on the voucher where the farmer they cash out. And the government be set up the first agriculture facility where government be set during this emergency COVID. Now before bring fertilizer and seed there inside, so that the private sector will supply. So government provide money for let them do that, and so that become the way where government they support farmer with seeds and fertilizer. Of course, every once in a while, people then can give gift, right? So right now, 2 years ago, Morocco give Salone, I think 5,000 metric tons of fertilizer. When we can inside July, August, the process be there on, we don't start for Gida fertilizer day. I hold the process and make sure say, because waiting be they happen at the same type people they get them, and we really again we need to know which side they put them, and so me talk say we they hold them, we they register everybody for apply to you, and then we'll get a unique identifier for all man we don't apply, so that I not go be say because the fertilizer then they do for all man. So if we don't get them last year, because the way I be there, you say, oh well, last year I get them, so I forget her again. I say, well, if you get them last year, this other person you not get, and we know saying a farmer. So first of all, we don't get a list of all the people that get last year and the year before, but they have fertilizer with them. We don't give as donation because government ain't not it. But even with project that we don't tell and say, if we not get donor money for give fertilizer to farmer, they want to do and through the voucher system, let private sector in get the fertilizer within the sell. We in voucher no more they give to farmer. So that it will make them possible. Of course, challenges and they, but now the main way down there we don't decide for get over this issue where fertilizer they come late, it didn't go to the right people them, and even sadly, sometimes not to the right mix of fertilizer because we don't do all the soil analysis yet. We now, for the first time after I think maybe 40, 50 years, we don't go a broad soil analysis of the country. We'll go for every district. We get down in our way, go allow you for at least at the broad level for know the ecology way they and the type fertilizer way you need. But then are some of the way then we don't decide for fertilizer issue they back.
Well, the program they continue inside the program, they continue for look at issues them. The European Union ambassador to Salone Manuel Mola don't say the new cashew processing factory with Solidarity West Africa together with 43 Foundation don't build not only go add value to the cashew production but also go provide job for about 300 direct women in our Watalo community. Ambassador Mola talk this inside one engagement with Solidarity West Africa and the 43 Foundation go open this new cashew processing factory for women in our Watalo. Well, for more on this, make we listen to a reporter Adeyemi Jackson.
Boosting agriculture and food security. Now, one part of the project them where the European Union office na Salone they support as way for increased cashew production and other crop farming activity them in the country as way for better the life of people where they into agriculture business. But because of the challenge, where women then don't face for produce better cashew nuts, we find for it and self do business. We go give them plenty copper for take care of themselves and their family. Make Solidaridad together with Cotton Tree Foundation don't go hand over the first ever cashew processing factory where they construct for the Waterloo Women Processors and Sellers Association na Newton, Western Rural District. With this now for CC, the woman here move from the old way out they don't they make cashew nuts. So one way get hygiene and self meet international standard. Andrew Kojo Morrison, now the country representative, Solidaridad Salone, start to talk about how the boosting agriculture and food security project come about.
In 2019, when Solidaridad West Africa, in collaboration with the Cotton Tree Foundation, successfully secured a BAS grant to implement a project titled Developing a Vibrant, Competitive and Profitable Sierra Leonean Cocoa Coffee Cashew Economy, driven by private supply chain actors within a national regulatory framework. Little did I know our efforts efforts would culminate in what we see today. Our endeavors saw us traversing across 12 districts, where we reached some 168 underserved communities in 24 chiefdoms. Our implementation has been largely successful due to the invaluable support of our numerous partners and service providers across the districts. These partners would continue to represent our presence in those communities where many beneficiaries have new established tree crops farms of their own.
He continues to say, Salone get plenty land, but their land here is say, the waste will make a call on government and development partner them. But start to invest for cashew production. As he say, the cashew factory go add value and create more job for people who want to go into agriculture.
Sierra Leone has enormous land resources which are yearly consumed by wildfires, especially in the north and northwestern provinces. I call on all present to reflect on the huge potential of cashew and to recommit our efforts to increasing investment in the cashew value chain. It is time for other development partners to leverage the consistent support by the EU for the cashew sector since 2012. This initiative is set to improve livelihood, promote social economic empowerment in the communities. The completion of the cashew factory, therefore, marks a significant step towards value addition in the agricultural sector, promoting economic growth, job creation, sustainable development within the Waterloo, Newton, enclaves, and beyond.
The National Federation of Farmers are the umbrella body for all farmers in Salone. We make the president for this federation, Yata Samai, say, but 75% of people that when they go into farming, most of them are women them. So he say the cashew factory not only go provide job, but also go improve their life.
Solidaridad in their drive towards making sure that they add value to the farming sector in Sierra Leone. We see them providing a lot of resources and assistance to female farmers. And when you look at farming in Sierra Leone, 75% of farming activity is being done by women.
The European Union are the body where give couple for build this factory. Ambassador Manuel Muller, now the European Union ambassador to Salone, been get this for say.
Solidaridad West Africa, in collaboration with the Cotton Tree Foundation, successfully secured a BAFS grant to implement a project entitled Developing a Vibrant, Competitive and Profitable Sierra Leonean Cocoa, Coffee and Cashew Economy, driven by private supply chain actors within a national regulatory framework. Ladies and gentlemen, the project achievements. This impactful project has yielded impressive results. Increased production of over 5,000 hectares of cocoa, coffee and cashew plantations have been established using environmental friendly, high-yielding hybrid varieties.
Ambassador Muller say one benefit where this factory go come with now that go provide job for over 300 women and young people them, more especially the one them who take cashew production as business.
This facility represents a critical step towards a complete cashew value chain in Sierra Leone, spanning production, processing and marketing. One thing which is very important, the benefits for women and youth. This factory is expected to provide a safe and hygienic environment for over 300 women and youth working in the cashew processing sector, particularly those from the Waterloo Cashew Processors and Sellers Association. It replaces the traditional hazardous method of roasting cashew nuts over open fires, significantly improving working conditions and protecting their health.
Inside in your talk, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Musa Kpaka, say a ministry they work now for implementing them now the Feed Salone agenda, where this now government agenda for address food problem na the country. And cash crop now one part the component them under the Feed Salone agenda.
Feed Salone, not to rest business no more. We let rest, when I rest nation, a very important follow address the rest for Feed Salone, not to rest no more. Feed Salone, they about also for develop cash crop, what we make, because we want a lot of people that sell their income and buy for sell overseas, for get foreign money for this part of the Feed Salone strategy. We want for double the amount of export earnings, which will they sell, that money will get one for double under Feed Salone. And we know since the cashew sector just don't start.
Dr. Kpaka and say a ministry go ensure say them provide all the necessary support for say the cashew processing factory work proper one for the society for the democracy. Adeyemi Jackson, the report.
Well, the program Good Morning Salone continue. Well, from that report today, where the European Union together with Solidaridad and Cotton Foundation supports the government of Salone for build cashew factory. So they go do cashew production in the country. And according to the minister, this na one cashew production and one way they under the Feed Salone program, and this go support over 300 direct women wey dey na the Waterloo community. So, Mr. Minister, from that report, the reporter do the European Union and other partner they don't support government for CC them build this cashew factory. So, how important this cashew factory dey na government in Feed Salone program?
This factory very important for the Feed Salone program. I don't talk say one of the main crops them we value chain them we get now the program for get job for youth man and woman them, for increased income for woman them, na cashew, and also for export. So waiting this factory don't do, it don't provide with na anchor all them people in the area in the western rural and even near the nearby districts there now, would they bring then cashew then for process them, then process and they, then bag and they, then sell them, then place them in a supermarket. But that day, the while go a commission alongside His Excellency Ambassador Muller, as well as the West Africa Director for Solidaridad. We already see youth, man and woman, they work at the factory. I don't know if I see picture them, but already 20 youth man and they work. Now a process, now a whole chain with the team up. Then they peel the cashew because some parts the way you need for peel and cut and find. Then some woman and they where they pick the one that way then small. Then some side they we when they bag them and then give them then tricycle them back for transport. I think about 6 tricycles for transport. So all on the I see at Tomabum they will they talk about push and youth man and joblessness. At Tomabum they see say look immediately they don't provide 300 direct job them, but the indirect job them back them plenty. And are mostly young people that be the CDRC. One young man say he in a college, they can't work there. Other one say not done college, but now they work 19, 20, 24 years old, 30-year-old, 18-year-old. They all get placed for work there. So this very important for our strategy, but particularly now this area, we'll get Boku young man now the Freetown, Western, Urban, and Rural with the language. Now one place where we provide some job for some of them people here and plenty opportunity there. And I encourage we other partner them for say that particular location there we then go situate the factory and new thing. Now the land where government Ministry of Agriculture gets for do agriculture business there. Now being about 540 acres, it don't reduce because people then they take upon the land. But if somebody go say they can build factory, if they do a greenhouse, if they do something, we'll get on that land there because we go make sure say it creates job, it secure the land, and we do agriculture businesses. So the factory is a good example where they solve plenty problem, and especially the one for create job for youth man them and for provide income for women and with entitled to them, and it boost the Feed Salone strategy as well.
All right. Over the past year, we are in donor partner them or government don't they build a lot of facility them, but continuation very important. So within the ministry don't put in place as way for monitor some of them facility so that people not go ruin them before time.
Yeah, no, Usman, that is a very important question. Why starts this workforce as a minister? People in the glad, Carlo take you to this factory, Carlo take you to this mill, or the good the factory they need to work. I tell them say me, I know one kind of factory, we clean, we quiet. I want for kind of factory, we noisy, we put in the work. So for me, not to foresee we don't build factory way in the work because we know saying that so easy for do that part day. That's the easiest part. If the money there is very easy for do that part day. The hard parts now the way you don't talk. How for maintain them. For this cashew factory, for example, I tell the cashew farmer them, this thing a cashew get for the feeder. So una within at the value chain for the one that we the manager first of all for run like business. For make sure say now they cost this per month for run them. And within the car in where they get all the process now this will forget. So we pull in money. Then the half go now go they try for build up and improve the place. But for do that it means say we need to pay attention to the downstream, what's it called downstream, how they grow the cashew, to transport and come. If that cashew they know the flow, that place they will go there quiet and people then go they don't know no more. They sweep there, then they sleep, Nothing not happen there. So now important question, we as ministry, what we do now, we organize the cashew farmer them. We make sure say they seize them through we partner them, then we come. We make sure say the policies for support all day in place. But a very key, not to for put the factory no more. This has been the beginning. For make this work, the factory, the cashew they need for kind, and the people that they manage the place need for manage them like business. Then sabi how much they cost, then sabi how much they kind, then pull in money, and then begin for improve the place.
Okay, Mr. Minister, so we're talking about the $20 million cash support we want to give to farmer them as loan. So take listeners them through how this get for happen and all that them go benefits from them.
Okay, thank you for that question. So from Boden, first of all, I'll just divide the $20 million credit facility at two parts. The first part, $10 million at the Bank of Sierra Leone put them through the governor BSL. That $10 million day, now the interest rates for that credit facility are 10%. I don't talk this now, 10%. Now, if you go now other commercial bank or other loan, maybe they pay them 30 to 33%. What's that mean? If you take $1 million under this facility, na 100,000 interest you pay back. But on the other one there, now 3 times that amount you pay, right? So now big money they save. What make we do this? We do them for encourage. We don't say the cost for production now, because of certain things they will not put in place it high. So we want to reduce that cost there for production. So if you want for set up rice mill, if you go take regular commercial loan and they knock you 30, 33, 35%, we say can 10% take up to $1 million for go get them. So the facility now for it involve rest, any part of the rest value chain. If you want for grow, if you want for mill, any of them in there, it involve onions, yabas. If you want for do a curing, if you want for grow, if you want for processing in a private sector, involve poultry. So chicken and eggs. You want for set up feed mill. You want for grow maize. For do why make when I notice it, this are all the things that would import plenty of. Where we get the God-given ability and endowment, for produce also. We they provide financing for boost the one that we then get the idea, the one that we then get the zero one for do this as business. Go take loan, low interest rates, invest in Denton and Day, so that in the next 2 to 3 years we will see the importation of Denton and Day very, very, very low. And it means say back would put inflation down because we don't reduce how much we the forex reserve will they bleed, right? And so this loan, now if you go na bank, then go say 1 year or 3 months, now you forgive maximum 1 year, now they give, but we will say 24 months, right? So that the difference in this is regular loan, and any commercial bank with it out there, you go get them. You they bring, would they take both movable and immovable collateral. Some people, so you go to other bank and say no, pass you get big host and a free toy for day. I would don't say no, with the pull land. If you get movable and immovable collateral, come with the assess, count your business plan, right? And the process is very simple. You go to a commercial bank with your business plan, you provide any form of the collateral you want, you then assess you, then she say yes, indeed, you business, and you propose or we don't bring a business worthy. By the way, important way that I explain this part, because for the first time, last time we'll do this, government they take 80% of the risk. This time the commercial bank they take 100%. What does that mean? We don't convince the commercial bank they will say, "Una come along for President Bill Fit Salone program," and they don't agree. Which means then they scrutinize we count your business. They don't agree, say yes. We give them 10%, but we make sure say na good business. Now the thing they want say they want, na then go do. So then go for ask them question and they go to the bank governor. Bank governor will finally, after they don't look, I go ask we, okay, this particular business proposal, a day part of una plan? We say yes, you get your credit facility. Now you and your bank una go to go and manage and monitor. Very simple.
So, Mr. Minister, a quick one before we go. Let me talk about how the for CCLM people able for pay back the banks them, the Bank of Salone and all, because as you don't talk the different way, then go and present waiting how the ministry go do for say on a monitor, for example, they're saying a 1 year or 6 months for payback, they able for pay back this loan, so now able for get other people them back.
No, well, this now the bank they do one. I make a start for talk say for the first term, now the bank now take this risk, 100% risk. If you don't give money to the farmer, you for make sure say a payback. And we self get for the day. Now I make the reason why make we now bank you the start you process, now bank you the end you process. We get for the at the middle for make sure say the right value chain and the right type of people then get them, and we they collect the data and the benefits where they can to people them. Okay. Then at the BSL one, then the EU one per the 20 million, 10 million I don't talk about the EU one 7 million in back na credit. In now you're not able to take they take $100,000 maximum. And then they provide some matching, right? Say you get a business plan weighing $100,000 at the cost. You not finally decide it and see they work on the final number then, but then go match you and say they will say we'll give you 40% of that money there, and then the 60% you go take as loan, right? The same. You go through commercial bank. This now for law we make sure say the banking system then serve they support the agriculture sector. One statistics where people then tell me agriculture we are the biggest sector of the economy really. Only less than 1% of the finance then they go to them. So this is a big move for law make sure say the commercial bank then self they lend money to the sector. So very important. The 3 million are for insurance. I don't talk on just no crop insurance. When are the first thing this what they do on a Salone. Where if you don't do all what you need for do, if you lost your crop, we'll go pay out to you for make sure say you're not discouraged and you come back.
Okay, now before we take message, Usman, one power headline as the board of Radio Democracy don't pick Anna Fuller for be station manager for Radio Democracy. After what the board say, nobody not qualify for this position. After we but 3 people then be apply for be station manager. When we producer then they try follow get with board chair when Dr. Spencer. We go can talk about this new appointment for Radio Democracy don't bring come back as they don't pick Anna Fuller for be the station manager, and according to the board, from where Asma James be left, the board be advertise the position. But after this plan, but 3 people they apply, the board be pull word Nado say, then people they are not qualified and they don't pick Anna Fuller. Well, we go take some messages. Then after that, we produce Amange Mansaye. They try now forget the board chair winner Dr. Spencer. We go explain more for sake of this new position. Well, before we go on behalf of management and staff, we want to say congratulations to Madam Fuller, and we know say you can continue the good work where you don't start now Radio Democracy. Usman?
As I from headlines to them, we want to welcome back Anna Fuller as he don't be the station manager for Radio Democracy. Mr. Minister, we all know how expensive agriculture, business day na the world, and Salone in general we import around 200 million annually of rice and other things them. As of now, government get the money and resources for implement the feed Salone project fully.
Government not get all the money we need for implement the food Salone program fully, and government not plan for pull all the money in pockets for implement the food Salone program fully. What think government want for do? The thing when a government no more able do and governments no more need for do, governments they do them. And that basic infrastructure, the policy them, they do them for prime the space so that private sector people them, both local within here and international, go can't help with on this. The one with government they do, we get vulnerable farmer them, we then NGO them, then program the way they can, now for support them farmer them, for make sure say we they support them, let them get livelihood. That's government they do. And the research, what say the thing no more we government need for do and able for do. Now government no more able help support the research so get good technologies, good seeds. The extension system, no one person, no one for pay for an extension system for support farmer there. Governments go do that. Again, I don't mention the infrastructure. Now, public good. You need that public good that when our government's no more able to, right? For provide good policies for make sure say where you don't make your investment profitable. Governments go pass down there. For provide the land for make sure say we can make you investment, you go enjoy them. Governments go do that there. For even the risk. Right, where we want to make sure say the risk we they can because we understand say yes, we terrain difficult more for reduce the risk we they take. Government will help support the way, but government not get all the money, and government not need for get all the money. But government need for do then thing that we fundamental, and then they do them for push the feed along go before.
All right, we look at messages inside the program. This one say fantastic work so far, Mr. Minister. Feed Salone is key to reduce our socioeconomic challenges, and structured support from central and local government is essential and necessary.
This one is a congratulations, Mr. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. What strategies have you put in place to motivate excellent performing students from renowned agricultural universities, especially the 2023 graduates in the Feed Salone project?
And this other one from Mohamed Conte say, can government succeed in Feed Salone without electricity and water supply?
This one say, Mr. Minister, happy Easter. Waiting the happen to the rest way una plants na Tomabum in 2022. Also, as part of boosting exporting here, how about including? Okay, this is not correct.
And this other one from Joseph Josiah, I say after election, it is almost a year now. Any implementation in progress? Too much explanation.
This one from Ibrahim Babatarawali say, we are so proud of you, the most productive and results-oriented minister. Your energy is high. Thank you, sir.
This other one from Victor Fode say, please help to break down the meaning of irrigation for the people.
This one say, good to hear government is actually putting some money towards Feed Salone versus always waiting for donor partner. 10 million is a good start at 10%. This will need to be increased as this won't be enough.
And this other one say, the last one I go take for now say, we hope say this time around we will begin see actuality instead of all right. It's not too clear.
This one they say, congratulations, Mr. Minister, at the Feed Salone. Which you don't explain too much. We want to see implementation. Well, now some of the messages that that's available for taking inside the program. Mr. Minister, I go respond to the message here.
Family, I want to thank you for the interest and for the questions and the comment and for the congratulatory message. I'm not going to be able to address all, but last see, somebody talks say now 1 year this now any progress there by implementation. That's important because I want for situate Feed Salone when the thing about farming na season. If the season not starts, they put it in a ground, they harvest and go see the benefit. August, by the time we start this Feed Salone program, August, that time we don't lost that season they don't go not to. So we take that month's day for plan. Now this now the first 10 is now the first full season this where we really don't start. So I know some people are impatient and then get right for impatience because we want results. Some for some people they think they want so we really want to do this. And me say get that frustration. They say we need to wait for the season. If they put the seed there, you watch how it grow, that you harvest, that you sell, that you see the benefits. So this now in seasons, now we take Feed Salone. So now the first full season is just don't start. Right? It's just for orient people them. Somebody mentioned if electricity and water supply, if they Feed Salone go for succeed. You're right. Then side and then hub, then we don't put. If we want for do the scale we want for do and the pace, we need electricity and we need water. We need road. American talk say me, not to minister what the plant rest, would they do road back. We want for bring electricity, renewable energy. By the way, right now, na Tomabum, I just come out in 2 weeks. Rest day. We're ready for harvest, and it's not March. It's unheard of. What happened because somebody take just pipe, simple pipe, and diesel generator, pump water, it flood the space, 20 hectares, right? And rest day we're ready for harvest. Only problem, now diesel generator they use. It's not profitable. So we want for replicates down there with renewable, maybe solar energy, put solar panels all inside and so. But you're exactly right. Then now the inside and they government want for spend money. And at the inside and the government ought for spend money and need for spend money by this Feed Salone. The infrastructure for make sure say this go succeed. What else? What we will do with Tomabum Rest 2022? Again, I explain. Now farmer then the Mingi Rest. People then not to government. The project Tomabum now project was supported by Islamic Development Bank and Badia for support smallholder farmer then. The big part of it, the most exciting part of it is this irrigation. That for make sure say we plant more than 1 time per year. We control the water. For make sure say we plant more than 1 time per year. So in all this time, this 2.5 years, I say really, or 3 years where this implementation only happen, then they give seed to farmer them for let them grow rest for themselves. And so then they keep them. The next year, then grow back. So then they sell them. So now that's been on the happen on the Tomabum side.
Somebody talk about these students. Jala University.
Yes. That's an excellent idea. That students how we go motivate the very excellent university students them for engage in Feed Salone. I get for Gojala. Maybe I will talk to the chancellor them. Maybe we will take one intern. We will come follow because by the way, before Akana Amina being I be the teach. I'm at London School of Economics. I'll be the mentor students then back in that process and bringing students along for understand, especially them policies in there what to do very key. That's all we're able to propagate, let understand fully the fundamentals. Let people not confused about how one will do this, right? So we go set up a program with somebody. Now me your office assessments will take the best students. If they want for can work, now government side for can work for we first. If they get better option then go. But really, we can work very closely and see what they do and how we do them. And a good idea for encourage students we they study agriculture and we one day part the Feed Salone program.
All right, plenty. Thank you. We join you inside the program this morning in name Dr. Musa Kpaka, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security.